Looking into the results, we decided to do a Microsoft Teams meeting where we could discuss what our question would be that had a relation to the good spatial qualities that was needed in our assignment. We initially brainstormed a few questions and we decided on settling on the green space survey, and then we further brainstormed more questions on what we would actually integrate into the Qualtrics survey before we split off for Ben to begin researching and coming back through teaching us on how to use Qualtrics.
So I went in and looked at what tools we should use in Qualtrics. So for the questions, for the basic information, we just use text entries questions, and then we moved on to our first question about the green space. We asked them which green space they use. We put in images, and for this one, we also use a skip logic. If people choose that they never went to any of the green spaces, they will jump to a further questions. We also introduce sliders to ask them how they think about the green spaces, how much they use, how often they use it, how much time they spend there, what activities they do, and also who they go with. And question 7 is more of an interesting one. We used a ranking system. They could drag around and rank how they will want to improve the green spaces around campus. And finally, we also used a heat map. So they could click on the map and map out where they want to have more green space in campus. And finally, a little short answer about what they would want to see in that new green space in campus.
We can see that Wakefield Garden and Central Garden are the most visited and attractive due to its seating, accessibility, shade, proximity to study areas. Glen Oval is used less due to its distance from the main campus area, and the space focuses more sports rather than relaxation space. For question 3, many students visited green space weekly, demonstrating their involvement. However, daily visits are rare, suggesting that most people love green space but don't use them often. The few other responses indicate that most occasional students fall within the already set groups. For question 4, most people visit green space for 30 to 1 hour, with shorter visits is 15 to 30 minutes. Few stays longer than an hour and none stays more than 2 hours, suggesting green space are mostly used for short breaks. Question 5. Most students relax in green places, showing they use them to unwind. Green spaces are popular for reading and eating, providing they may be informal studies and social settings. Bike riding received no answers, suggesting parks may not be suitable for cycling. These locations should be improved with seating, shade, picnic facilities to engage students. Question 6. The majority of respondents visit the park alone, suggesting that green space are primarily used for solo relaxation or study.
If in question 1 you answered never visited any parks in Swinburne, it would skip to question 7, where majority of the audience wanted better seating and walkability being the least important. For question 8, would adding more green spaces in Swinburne be something you're interested in? We received an average of 85.89, something many students believe the campus is lacking of. The main area that currently lacks some greenery is in the front of the building, the EN building. It's quite a dead area with not a lot of sunlight, and students believed it would, if there were more greenery in that area, it would be way more inviting. And for question 10, it was a very open question for students to give an input in what they would want to see in Swinburne. A popular response was water features and public water fountain. And then we got a long response about they would rather the green space be bigger and create a separation between both campuses and the green space itself.